Where do you stand on the maturation and the preparedness, the readiness to lead a team of Baker Mayfield? Where do you stand on that subject, Joe? There seems to be a lot of conversation if he's ready or not. The new coach, the old coach wasn't as good for him as we hoped, and where do you stand on this subject?
So I stand firmly in Madison, Wisconsin, thinking about Baker Mayfield, and I'm one of the people that was disappointed in how he played last year, probably just like he was. He played so well as a rookie, took that step back last year, but I have a lot of confidence and faith that he's been saying and doing the right things this offseason. I think he really understands. He looked himself in the mirror after the season and was very honest about his performance and why the performance was that way. And I think you couple that honesty, that self-awareness with a guy like Kevin Stefanski, who's the new coach, offensive coordinator, who they brought in there, who's a very serious, very detailed offensive mind head coach. And a lot of times as players, you tend to take on the personality of your coach. And I think Baker's not going to lose that gunslinger mentality because that's what makes him great. And you're able to couple that and kind of harness it a little bit. It reminds me a little bit of Brett Favre with the Mike Holmgren era, right? Mike Holmgren, now he's different than Kevin Stefanski, but he brought that level of detail and that commitment to the craft, that seriousness that Brett needed, right? It was the yin and the yang, and I see that with Kevin Stefanski because Baker does remind me a lot of Brett Favre and his mentality about I think I can make every throw, but also I think you need a coach that can help you understand, yes, you can make every throw, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't have proper technique or give yourself the best chance of success on every throw. You shouldn't just be thrown off your back foot in the triple coverage. Let's take and make calculated risks.
So what did go wrong there last year, Joe? What did happen?
Well, I think it's like anything in the NFL. You can't just point to one thing and then that be the problem. But clearly the coach-player relationship didn't work out because I think, Baker has that gunslinger mentality, that he can, get it done no matter what, which is great. But I think you do need a coach that's willing to harness you. And it didn't seem like he got that. And it didn't seem like the offense was putting him in the best chance for success. I think what Baker does really well is he throws the ball on the move. He's very, very good at scrambling and making plays outside the pocket, not in a unscripted sense, but running the bootlegs, running the play actions. And that's just the type of offense that they're bringing in there right now with Kevin Stefanski. They're running the wide zone, the Shanahan scheme where you're going to be running wide zone. They've got two great running backs. They're going to be very good at running the football, but then that's where the play action pass, the bootlegs, are so dangerous because you get those huge wide open holes in the secondary because defenses have to sell out to stop the run game. And Baker makes plays as well as anybody outside the pocket throwing the football. And I just think it's a really good fit, and he seems really motivated and dedicated. And I think he understands that, look, you have one good year and then one bad year. Your third year is really important in the NFL when you're on a rookie contract. And this, maybe saying a make or break season is too hard, but I think that's the way that the team is looking at it. They're like, hey, this is the year that's going to really solidify our opinion of Baker, and if we want him to be the guy that is the face of the franchise for 15 years, or if we need to start thinking about maybe he's not the long-term answer.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.